This is FanSpeak, a weekly live show where the fans of comics and its community are our guests. Hello, everybody, and welcome to FanSpeak. Ooh, it is the second weekend coming here. We're coming up into it. It's this last day for you, but for Booster and me, it's Sunday, so it's the beginning of the second week of December. Time does fly indeed. How you doing down there in Birdland there, Booster? How you feeling today?
It's spectacular. I love being a live chest. And also, you pronounce it wrong. It's now FabSpeak. We're officially changing the title.
I'm sorry, it's not FanSpeak. It is FabSpeak. A request from Booster just so he can do this.
Fabulous!
See, there you go. See how accommodating I am? Aren't I nice? Anyway,
he makes one little typo error, and I'm just gonna
yeah,
use it.
yeah.
For the rest
I
of
was
the
gonna
show.
fix it, but Booster insisted that I leave it, so I was like, all right,
Can't
fine.
be fixed ever.
Fine. It was the best mistake ever. But anyway, thank you very much for being here, Booster. And thank you guys for joining us. Of course, do keep in mind we have our links down below, particularly to FanSpeak over on Facebook. We'd love for you to be part of that. That is a growing community, and we have a lot of fun over there. So come over and be part of it if you are not already. Beyond that, definitely hit up my Twitter. You can contact me to be on the show anytime. We'd love to have you. Hear what you have to say, get your opinions. And of course, we got a couple other shows just other than our normal news stuff, which FanSpeak is kind of a news show as well, but we try to have interviews and stuff when we can. But we also, of course, have our Drawn Record Ultimate Edition, which we'd love for any of you artists to come try it out. And of course, we also have tomorrow's show, which is on Sunday, our TFT, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tinfoil Talk, baby. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about anti-vaxxers. And Booster is going to be the boss. He's going to be in charge, and we're all going to follow his little lead.
Yeah, I know all about anti-vaxxing. Yeah, so I'm gonna spend the day just googling whatever the hell Jim Carrey's been saying about it.
There you go. That's the safe way to go about it. But you know what? I'm really surprised because you guys know I do research on those things to make sure I can, at least not look like a complete idiot. And I have found that that is a big subject, man. It's deep.
Oh yeah. You don't want to look like an idiot while discussing anti-vaxxing.
No, you don't. Right? Well, I always try to be informed. I do my due diligence for the folks here if I can. But I was surprised how big a conversation that really was. So it should be an interesting show. Check it out tomorrow for sure. But let's come over here and say hello to George. How you doing, George?
I'm doing fabulous.
There you go. That's what we want. And George, so what's the angst level today? Just kind of curious.
Oh, it's chill. It's very chill. Everything's running smoothly.
You can't be angsty when you're fabulous.
That's true. I was kind of thinking he's about a fuchsia, but we'll go with cool chill. That'll be fine.
No, it's I'm in the spirit of the title of the show. Fabulous.
Well, there you go. I solved it with a simple misspelling. Sweet. Thank you for being here, George.
Now you know my kryptonite.
There, that's George's kryptonite fabulousness. All right, sweet. And of course, you guys also notice that we are joined by the Dinale Lama himself. Hello, sir.
Aloha. I am doing fantastic. Just had to do a quick errand and got a little bit in late, but I'm here.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Perfect. Yeah. And we got a bunch of stuff to talk about today for sure. But before we get into that, does anyone have anything they want to mention or any conversation they want to have before we do jump into that news? Anybody?
Well, join the Immortal Mass newsletter at dinalescomics@gmail.com. I am doing the newsletter eventually, but join in so you're ready to go when I start throwing stuff at it.
Sweet. There you go, guys. And I think I put that link down below, so you can check that out. Actually, we should put the link for DeWolf's thing down there too, as well. And I don't know why I never put George's thing in there. I should. I'm just lazy, I guess. Oh well.
No, don't do that. Don't put George's thing there.
Enough to be put on the list.
We've managed to avoid it this whole time. What are you doing it now for?
I'm sorry. I apologize. I shall not do it. I shan't do it.
God.
Goodness gracious, the judgmentalness today. Unbelievable. Let me come over here and take a look at the chat real quick. We got a bunch of people jumping in. Sweet. Do us a favor if you guys don't mind. Please hit that share button and let your family and friends and extended community know what's going on so they can come over here and join us. Please, please, please. We like to
Yay.
have more people with us. It's always a lot of fun. I got Roger Heller in here as usual, which is awesome. Thank you very much, Roger. We have Joshua Hughes, the most awesome troll forever and ever and ever and ever, for sure. It does say FabSpeak. You're right. Cronus Chiron says, "Ooh, someone just went and watched every one of my vids today. Uh-oh, how's that possible? But it's freaky. Well, people binge. That's one thing that the modern social media has done is it's created the binger, like Booster. Aren't
Yeah,
you?
I'm binging on all sorts.
You are. Well, you're definitely a binger. But anyway, thank you guys for
Mm-hmm.
being here. And
Netflix, alcohol,
alcohol,
depression.
depression. Yeah. Uh, So what video game are you playing right now, Booster?
Right now, I'm not playing any video games, believe it or not.
Oh, not
How
the
astounding is
second. I
that?
mean, currently.
Oh, currently, Pokemon.
Oh, just so you're still stuck on the Pokemon. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a while, baby.
Well, I'm still playing that Divinity. I'm enjoying that.
Oh,
That's
nice,
a really good game.
nice.
Yeah,
That's an excellent bloody game.
it is. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked that out, just
Mm-hmm.
go over and check that. That's a really good game. That might be one of the best games I've seen in quite a while, actually. So
Oh,
well
hell
done.
yeah,
Yeah.
easily.
All right, well, let me come over here and share this, and we'll just jump right into the news. And unfortunately, our first bit of news is a bit sad, but we like to cover these when they come up. So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek actor Robert Walker Jr. dead at 79. That's a good long age, and I'm trying to remember where I saw him in, and of course I recognize his face automatically here. But let me see. Best known for the classic Star Trek episode, and as the son of Hollywood star Robert Walker and Jennifer Jones, died Thursday in Malibu. According to the family members, he was 79. The New York native portrayed the twitchy, callow title character in Charlie X. That's what it was, Charlie X. The second episode of Star Trek's pioneering first season in 1966, and also handled the title role of the notable 1960s feature film Ensign Pulver and Young Billy Young. Okay. But I do recognize his face, of course. I'm a Trekkie, and anybody who does would recognize that. But he's also been
Mm-hmm.
on a screen in The Hook, with Kirk Douglas, Western stuff, I think, mainly is what he's been in. The War Wagon. Oh, that's a great movie. John Wayne's
Mm-hmm.
War Wagon. You guys ever seen that?
Yeah, I have.
That's a really good one. But yeah, he passed away, and safe journey, sir. Sounds like he was on a bunch of TV stuff too, which a lot of those guys were in those days. Bonanza, it's a great show. Time Tunnel, $6 Million Man. Quincy, I love Quincy. Charlie's Angels, interesting. Columbo, another good show. Chips, oh my God, I haven't thought of that in ever. L.A. Law and Murder She Wrote, good shows. I've seen pretty much all of those. I don't know Time Tunnel. You guys know the Time Tunnel?
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I've never
Yes.
I've never heard that one. Huh. Route 66, Ben
Yeah,
Casey.
that's.
Ah, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, but I did like Quincy. I haven't seen that in a long time. That was a good show. There's some really good medical examiner or medical type of shows. You got Quincy, you got House. I mean, House is freaking ridiculous, right? You guys ever watch that?
The actor was so good that the director didn't even know he was British.
Yeah. Well, neither did we. I mean, he did such a good job. House is one of the best shows of all time for sure.
Well,
But
I knew because I watched Blackadder.
I was going to say that
oh
he
no, no,
was the
I've seen him on
captain.
Blackadder too. That's true. You're right. You're right. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. He plays awesome part in that. And Blackadder is such a cool show too, because what it does is what it's got 4 seasons, four. I don't know what they call it, but it's 4
Series.
Yeah,
different timelines, right? Where the Blackadder
yeah.
is
It's
moving
pretty
through
fun.
time. Yeah, it's fun. It's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Same actors playing ancestors of themselves, I guess. But of
Descendants.
course, huh? Yeah,
Descendants.
descendants. Yeah.
Mhm.
But the of course that's Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean, he's better known as, but he's a pretty awesome guy. But anyway, safe journeys to this guy. Condolences to the family, and yeah, well, we've had a lot of death this year, but I guess it's what happens. I don't know if this is more than usual. It's kind of hard to tell because I never did this kind of show before. I spent this past year or so doing it, and I guess you're just more connected to it than you would normally be. But yeah, all right. Moving on. Go ahead, dude.
All right. So this is the Newsarama. Somali posted this up. First look: Ghostbuster Afterlife plot details and cast.
All right, so I want to take a little bit of a deep dive in this if I could today, and I'm going to
Mhm.
put Booster to work because I feel he hasn't been earning his keep very well. So we're going to have him do some
What am I doing?
dynamic reading. Go ahead,
Oh,
dude.
I'm gonna do voices and everything.
Yeah, well, I want to dive into this article and I want to find out what it has to offer because the
Oh,
information we've been given is it makes me feel that it's a Nickelodeon Goonies type of Ghostbusters for kids. But is that really
hmm.
true? And this seems to be a more official release. So let's look at it.
What voice do I do?
I think you should do the Valley Girl.
Okay. All right, a Valley Girl. How do Valley Girls go again? Like whatever.
Yes,
The
that's
title of 2020's Ghostbusters Revival has been revealed as Ghostbusters Afterlife, with Vanity Fair offering up the first plot details and images from the film. Paramount has totally fabulous. Has God. Okay, I gotta do that for long. Paramount has also released the new poster for the film seen here. Ghostbusters Afterlife centers on Carrie. Can I can I say that word? Carrie. Oh,
Carrie Coon.
It's a name. Yeah, it's a
ah!
name.
Oh, you said it. And her kids Phoebe, McKenna Grace, and Trevor Finn Wolfhard as the move to Oklahoma into the haunted house that reveals their family connection to one of the original Ghostbusters. Though which of the four is Phoebe and Trevor's grandfather remains unrevealed.
Egon, obviously.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go then. All right, so we go ahead. Calling all Ghostbuster fans. Your first look at Finn Wolfhard, Paul Rudd, McKinney Grace, blah blah blah. Afterlife. What do we got here? What photos do we have?
I'm just looking at him.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
we got that Paul Rudd guy. We got them in the cornfield. We got oh, that didn't help me.
We like him.
It didn't help me. All right, let's just go back and we got some scary scene right there with them seeing Ecto One.
Spooky.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
Ghostbusters Afterlife is a direct sequel to Ghostbusters 2, following the events of what is now called the Manhattan Cross Rip, in which ghosts and other apparitions, including the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, materialized in New York City. And apparently, we're going to get a trailer on December 6th. So there you go.
Oh, there you go. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. All right.
So what are your predictions,
Wait.
gentlemen?
So we were supposed to get a trailer.
Yeah, it's like what happened to the trailer? Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
Well,
it's
there
coming out.
is a trailer, but it's only just a few minutes. All the
Ah.
clips is part of that trailer.
Oh, I see. Well, this didn't give me the information I wanted from this article,
We're
unfortunately.
getting a movie July 10, apparently.
Yeah, because all the information we've gotten so far really leans toward a kind of Nickelodeon-esque Goonies movie, not what we're used to. And I'm not complaining about that. The movie might not be made for me, but I'm okay. If they want to rebrand this as a kids thing and do kid stuff with it, it might be cool, right? I'm sure it'll upset the fans, but I'm not necessarily have a problem with that. But I really
I
wish
feel like
this
it's an
article gave me more.
apology.
What do you mean?
This movie's like an apology for the 2016 Ghostbusters.
It kind of feels like it, doesn't it?
And
Yeah.
they're like, it's like we never existed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
precisely. But the
That's
the
how
thing,
you treated the original.
exactly. It is the way they treated the original. That's exactly right. They were rebooting it, a straight up reboot. And the thing about that movie was, and the reason why it did so poorly is because it was made from a point of view of hate. It was just hateful, and everyone
Absolutely.
involved with it was hateful. And it came out so quickly. As soon as anyone started pushing back, you saw the hate coming at them very quickly. It was about it was all about the feminism. It was all about SJW tropes. It was about remaking it in the better way because the original's not good enough because men, right? I mean, that's that movie. Well, that's what they
Men.
did, dude. And they deserve any kind of ignorance that they get. I made up a word. Oh
You
well,
know, you know, I hate to say it, but I think you're right.
yeah. I mean, it is what it is. But
George,
we'll
can you say that again?
I
Just
said
real
I
quick.
hate to say it. I think you're right.
thank you,
Oh, now
George.
say it again slower.
Stop
I'm sorry.
Okay, okay.
Oh goodness! Over here in the chat, we see Eric Hawkins in here says, "Oh, I watched that episode recently. Yeah, well, I rewatch Star Trek every so many years actually from the beginning. It's a great TV show." Kilt Film Video says Malibu in '79. That's pretty good life. I'd say so. I'd say it's pretty good. Let's see here. Eric says the Ecto One looks like it's walking through the field after it died, like the end of Gladiator. Yeah, heading to Elysium, right? Ghostbusters of the Corn. Ooh, good point. Wild food. All right, well, let's continue on. But I really wish this article gave me more, but they never do. They disappoint me a lot, Denali.
Yeah, they're not designed to give you any informations.
They're not. It's weird, right? So it's like, what's the point? You know?
Right.
At least where we come on and give zero information, at least we're entertaining. I mean, we got the angry guy, we got the analytical guy, we got the gay guy. We're good to go.
Dude,
We're we are
Denali's not that gay.
it's true. We are diverse, baby. Next. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The Wall Street Journal. What? Hold on a second. Denali?
Yeah. So the Wall Street Journal is pretty much doing a full recap of what's been happening of Star Wars Disney films since the beginning, and kind of giving an outline through what's been happening throughout the stages. Of course, it has a lot of the media talking points about Russian trolls, that out vocal minority of fans, and etc., etc. But there's a lot of information to kind of unpack here, because there is some. While this is a story unto itself, it actually gives you a kind of what the normal people who don't really care about Star Wars or pop media are kind of indicated. And this is the Wall Street Journal, which they try to be as respectable as possible,
Oh,
and you can
yeah,
see
like
in
because they do that all the time. Yeah. Uh-huh.
not always, I said as possible, and you
So
can see
what do they think the normal people think then? What was their analysis?
their analysis is that Disney's films are not hitting off the bat because there's too much noise that the company can't figure out what the people want, and you can label the noise. Yeah, that's basically the article
So it's
in a
our fault
nutshell.
is what it basically it's our fault. I get it.
It's noise. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a lot of
We are the
noise.
noise. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I do like the picture with the stormtrooper crying. That's pretty cool. But I
yeah.
do want to take a moment, and I haven't even gone down in the article here. I'm just looking at the headline. Look at
Mhm.
the language they use. Yeah, it's very interesting. These people, they really think everyone is stupid. They truly believe this.
Yeah.
Disney disturbs the force. Okay, I get it. Ha ha. Pleasing Star Wars fans complicates saga. Interesting. So, what are you
Mhm.
trying to say? Don't try to please your fans? Interesting. The Rise of Skywalker looms as a big hit. All right. The Rise of Skywalker looms as a big hit. No, why would you know that? Why would you make that assumption? Especially, it sounds like your article is talking about they're having trouble, and even further down here, you say so. So, why is it looming as a big hit? Interesting. And everyone loves Baby Yoda. It seems so. But there's also a disgruntled contingent of fans. Well, at least we're not these toxic fans. At least they've changed their language a little bit. We're disgruntled. We're no
Yeah.
longer toxic and male. That's a good point that they've dropped that out as well. A string of fired directors, yeah, exactly, and a decline in ticket sales. Uh-huh. So why you think it's a looming big hit then? We're gonna hit pause. Oh, interesting. And I have to go somewhere to subscribe to read the full
No.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, that's all right. You handled
Yeah.
it. It's probably because I'm from outside the country. I could use my VPN, but that's all right. You
Yeah.
covered the point of it. But
Right.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's interesting that you get the Wall Street Journal coming in here shilling for their Disney fans, but they're not fans; they're Disney overlords, I'd say. But
Hmm.
yeah, what do you guys think about this idea that we're seeing many news media are coming out and trying to smooth the water and shill for Disney. We see this isn't the only one. Wall Street Journal is pretty big, but we've seen many newspapers, magazines, news shows, all kind of stuff that have been shilling for Disney recently. Anybody have a comment on why that's happening? And it's not just
I believe
ABC.
I believe these are paid advertisements.
They could be. They could be because we're seeing them all over the place. They're starting to pop up everywhere, right?
Well, the
Well,
reality is, anybody can prove this article and other articles that paint Disney in a happy light and paint Star Wars in a happy light.
Sure.
It can be proven instantly by just going to your local theater online. Go to your online app where you buy theater tickets for the show,
Mhm.
and you'll see there's a lot of empty seats for the opening day.
Oh yeah, sure. And I kind of wonder if we'll see what we saw for Captain Marvel, where they bought 25 seats for each showing at each theater across America. I mean, God, add that up,
No,
baby.
they
That's a
did.
lot of
They
money.
did.
they did. They did.
They did.
They
Yeah.
did. It's been proven.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
somewhat. Well, they didn't prove who did it. It's just that it was done, right?
No, no,
But that's a lot of
It's been
money, dude.
proven that that a swath of tickets have been purchased,
Yeah, yeah,
and
no, I know that, George. But
it
didn't
wasn't
prove
even
who
prime
bought
seating.
it though, George.
No, no, but hold on a sec. It wasn't even prime seating. The swath of tickets were off to the sides, not in the centers.
Oh, at least Disney was thinking about others. That's nice,
Yes,
right?
Yep.
exactly.
Um, But for me, the way I look at what's going on right now, they're taking a different tactic. Instead of attacking the fans directly, they're just trying to sideline the fans. But also, what is interesting for me, if you look at the fact that they have this word influencer now, right? And there's these people across YouTube and Twitch and or not Twitch, it's yeah, Twitch and other places, and they're influencers, and they get paid pretty good money to promote video games and all kind of stuff. So it doesn't makes sense. It's just another paying out for an influencer to push your stuff. I guess it's kind of makes sense. I guess. What do you think about this, Booster? Booster is
Oh, I don't care.
that's right. Booster doesn't like Star Wars. Yeah, he doesn't belong here.
I could not be less apathetic, and I just think it's a weird set of movies. I think the fans are batshit insane. I don't want to talk to them. You're all weirdos.
Thanks.
I want nothing to do with it.
Fine. Next, then. Go ahead.
All right. So Peter Skarsgård joins the Batman, the Matt Reeves Batman.
His name is Sarsgaard. Just so you know.
Skarsgård.
Yeah. I seem to recognize that name though. Well, what is he part of?
His brother was Pennywise. His other brother was
Oh.
in the other movie.
Oh, I see. So this is like one of those family of actor things again, huh? Oh goodness,
Yeah,
that always works out so well.
his father who played the professor in Thor.
Oh, okay, all right, right. An acting family, all right. That's why I didn't recognize it, but I recognized it. But he is in Green Lantern. Oh, he was the giant head. Oh, yeah, that stupid part of the movie. I get it from Green Lantern. He's in the Batman in an unnamed role. Okay, so does this article go to tell me anything other than that? Let me see. Director Matt Reeves shared an image of the actor on Twitter along with a bat emoji saying, "Oh, hi, Peter." The director offered no hint as to what the character Sarsgaard may play. So that's it. It says, interesting, Sarsgaard's wife, Maggie Gyllenhaal, oh, the ugly Gyllenhaal, played Rachel Dawes in 2008's The Dark Knight. It's not interesting, but you will go with that. Right, so it doesn't say anything here. It speculates that him playing Harvey Dent. Okay, okay, okay. Whatever. Another person's been added to the list of Batman. Boy, that cast list is getting big, dude.
It looks like he's trying to do Nolan Christopher Nolan times 100 on steroids.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do with all those people? That's a mistake a lot of movies make. They put there's too many characters. You got to find the balance, and they're just piling this thing on. I mean, how many damn people are in this movie already? We keep
Well, they do need to populate Gotham City, right?
Yeah, but I mean, come on, George. I mean, we've been reporting actors put on the set. We don't know what they're doing. We've been reporting this for months now. They keep adding new people. I don't know. It seems unwieldy to me. But I don't know. He's a brave man to be married to her because, damn, damn.
So it depends on how they handle the villains, right? Because when you're trying to build up so many bloody villains and try to tell the origin story of all of them at once, it becomes a damn mess, right? We have
Right.
Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 2 is great context for trying to juggle way too many villains. It's just falling flat on all of them.
Yeah.
But when you go in with the context that, right, people know who these bloody characters are. Let's go. Let's just tell a damn story, right? It can work. We've seen that with a lot of the Arkham video games and the PS4 Spider-Man game, right? It just goes into, like, say, 10 years into their damn career with the context that just people just know these characters. Let's tell a story.
Yep. Now that would
And
be a
I
way to
hope that's
go.
how
Yeah.
this movie is done.
They won't
But
do
I
it
don't
like that.
know. I don't know if that works for movies as well as it does with, like, say, these video games or your comic books method, but we'll see.
Well, you know what I think? You guys give me your opinion on this, but I think in a way, the success of the Marvel franchise has kind of really killed cinema in a way. And I know people have made this argument from different points of view, and I don't think they're wrong. But because they can't make money in the cinema unless it's, a CGI or a spectacle, right? Otherwise, they just have to try to make money off Netflix or something. But I think this is a fair point that's going on. So instead of everything has to be epic, everything has to be just over the top, world ending type of storyline. Instead of just doing a simple little story. I mean, Batman lends itself to doing a simple little story. Just a night in Gotham, right? You can do with Batman, but they won't do it because it has to be epic, right? And this sounds to me like that's what they're building into, and that's unfortunate. I would have liked to have seen just a simple Batman. I got one night in Gotham or something. Just a simple little, stripped down story, just well written, well acted story of Batman. I think would be a lot of fun. But man, we're not getting that, boy. Oh well. Next, Denali.
All right, from Bleeding Cools. Diamond adds security for when cop shops phones it in.
Cop shops. Cop shops. Cop shops.
Wait! Hold the damn
What?
presses.
What?
Hold the presses.
Comics.
Say it
Sorry.
again. Say it again.
All right.
What?
Diamond adds security for when comic shops phone it in. There
All
you
right,
go.
now.
Boys, the chairman just arrived and we never had our chairman address.
Well, we didn't, and we'll come back to him, seeing as he's just come here as soon as I finish this
Oh!
story. Thank you very much for letting me know, Booster. But yeah, no, this is actually an article, a little bit, kind of little bit. It's not a paragraph. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 paragraphs. Ooh, that's what makes up a real story these days. People just don't have attention anymore. But what do they mean by this? Because Diamond, you phoned it in a few times in the past too, there, baby. But let's see what they're talking about. The poor comic shops who've been absolutely obliterated, literally decimated, more than decimated, actually. It may be ironic since Diamond Comics distributor dropped a massive leak of retailer details of order numbers the other week by email. Yeah, ironic. Yep. But Diamond has announced to retailers that they are increasing security matters on phone calls. Really? I wonder why. Specifically, that Diamond is taking additional steps to ensure the security of telephone communications with Diamond when retailers seek info about their accounts. Call to place orders to ask for changes to existing orders. So let me understand what I'm seeing here. Basically, Diamond is blaming somebody else for their mistake. Is that what I'm getting, Denali?
Yep.
Okay.
And because they're blaming somebody else for the mistake, they're going to make the process to log in more complicated. Because it just works.
Well, yeah, but if they just came out and said, we screwed up and we have to increase our security. Sorry for that, guys, but this is what we have to do because of our error. That would have been fine, but they're blaming the comic book shops for it, and we know that's not true. We cover that story very clearly.
Mhm.
I'm not going to read all of this. I'm not going to read it, but damn it, take responsibility. That you know what, DeWolf. Thank you for being here, by the way. But
You have
why
to
does
scroll
no
down.
one want to take responsibility for anything these days? What the hell is up with that dude?
Oh,
Oh, I don't want to do
wow.
that.
Why doesn't anyone want to take responsibility? That is a big question. It is rampant.
It is, man. No one takes
Rampant, I
responsibility
tell
for
you.
anything, dude. Especially these SJW types. They never take responsibility for anything. And it's, one of the things about taking responsibility for your mistakes, it actually makes you a better person. And it actually takes a lot of stress off of you. You screwed up, admit it, apologize, and fix it. And you feel better in the end. You do.
You know what all it also does? It also endears you to the people that are around you and to
Right.
your customers. When
Right.
it does.
It does, dude. Absolutely, it does. And I
Yeah.
don't get it. It's like it's this. I know that this generation we're dealing with here are incredibly entitled. I understand that. They have no respect for nothing. But and that's irritating enough. But this lack of responsibility, it's stifling to everything around it, and it irritates me to no end, dude. But oh God, I'm not gonna rant. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not doing it. Hi, DeWolf.
Yeah, I've got a theory. I've got a theory.
Well, let's hear it.
Well, I could give you the theory, or I could completely change what I had possibly planned for address and just give it to you as a chairman's address.
No, no, I'd rather you just do your chairman's address. It's okay. I'm talking to the wind anyway. It's not as if I can affect any change. So go ahead, give us get everybody the chairman's address.
Well, that was the point. Do you want the other chairman's address, or do you want why people can't admit to their faults? The chairman's address.
I want what you prepared.
If that's
I,
the
I, I
case,
want to. I want to hear about the chairs.
Shut up, George.
you want to hear about the chairs. Yeah. So if that's the case, hold on then, because I do want to address this. I think it comes also down to the fact of they're weak people.
Mm,
That you made a fault means that you're also weak, right? So to admit you're weak, and that means you have no strength at all. And these people can't ever admit that they have any weakness because it just shows that they don't have any integrity or any strength at all in anything. So
yeah,
that's one reason why I think it is.
that's sad too, because my strength comes from the community around me. It's too
Oh,
bad.
in a strong community, it is.
Yeah, right. And it's not just here. I'm also talking about my family and friends around me here as well. But it's if you try to go through life being the ultimate id, the beginning and the end, the alpha and the omega, boy, you're gonna fail bad, dude. You need the support of the people around you. It makes you stronger. It makes you better. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting very philosophical. So, chairman's address, please.
Let's see how this. Oh yeah, I'm good. All right. I'm dressed down in my t-shirt today. We are
Take it
upon a
off.
new time in the year. Obviously, we are approaching Christmas. And with Christmas, though, it reminds us that it's not just seasons that happen in our lives, but other milestones as well. We have birthdays, we have marriages, we have new things that start in our lives. And we've said this once, and it's one thing to remember over and over again where we are today with FanSpeak alone, because this has changed our lives. We are a part of it. Our community, as Chester was saying, is all around us constantly, and we draw strength from it. And these milestones and these seasons, we continue to remember that we draw strength from those things in the past that have made us what we are today, and we continue to grow. One of those things that we have grown with, of course, is FanSpeak, the independent comics community. We have so many more friends now than we did before, and we're making so many projects. We have people right here on the panel that are doing things they've never done before. And I want to applaud and salute, everyone that's doing those things. Keep that in mind as we move forward to mark those things that are happening. Continue to remember where we were before and over now too, and because these seasons are going to keep continuing to keep passing, and the milestones are going to build up as we move forward. That, of course, we've already been listening to what the fans. Welcome to FanSpeak.
Thank you. We missed unfortunately the last 25% of that became extremely robotic, but we got the gist. We got the gist for sure. And thank you very much, DeWolf. And you're absolutely right, dude. There's so much more to come. This is really it's really starting to heat up, and there's a lot of fun going on. I'm kind of surprised. When I started this channel, I just wanted to chat with people, really. But
Dude,
it's
what are you doing? You've got the drawn and quartered ultimate fan
I
edition
know,
and
right?
everything else going on. And I would actually like to take a few minutes to speak about my project with a little bit more depth.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
Um,
Yeah, you're
so well, let
roboting
me.
pretty hard though, but try.
I'm roboting pretty hard. Ack, knack, ack, knack.
Didn't know Nancer was back.
Go ahead, dude. See if you can see if we can get through it.
Wow. Okay. Well, we got to get. Let's see. Where's my chat? I got to get a link in the chat, right?
Yep.
Where's that? So Book of Elves I launched the pre-launch. Does that make any sense? Of course that makes sense.
Yeah.
We launched
Pre-alpha,
the
alpha,
pre-launch
beta.
and
Yeah.
with oh yeah, alpha beta. So with that, one reason why I launched the pre-launch the way I did was because Christmas is here and I thought that I really wanted to get out a Christmas card, which I've been saying to you guys. And this is important is because it has a Christian background. Okay. So the book itself actually does have, there you go. So there's the link. Go ahead if you can hit the pre-launch page and we can look at it a little bit like we always do, right? We look at pages and see what's going on with them because there's a Christian background. There's a God involved. Chester, you use the idea of a cosmology, right?
Mm.
I mean, you have to have a world. And I've seen that so many times now in books that have come out that they have superheroes. And here's a hero and here's a character and there's a setting, some action. But it feels claustrophobic. Is that the right term?
I could. Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Is that where you're expecting more in the actual world itself, like something it doesn't feel like completely developed around you. One of those, as a matter of fact, we like to talk about T-Bird and Throttle.
Yeah.
T-Bird and Throttle does show other things happening. There was more things going on in these characters' lives before in the core story, and now we're seeing them in that story. He had a wife before, and he was doing different things. It really makes the world more interesting. So that's one thing I did. I said if I'm going to have characters doing things, it's a medieval world. Traditions and holidays mean something to these, and so I want it to be going on around them, so that there's an actual working society. When you go into a game like Skyrim, you are immersed in the fact that as you're going about, people are doing things, and you talk to people, steps and stories that are going on, and then you become involved. And that's what I wanted these characters to do. So you'll have like one of those things in the Book of Leith, for instance. I'm sorry, in the Book of Elves, the Tale of Leith, because each one of these books is a tale within a bigger tale. And of course we're launching for the book, The Tale of Leith. What's going to happen is it's actually an autumn time frame. So tradition where they hang their hats up in trees, and then goodies are put into the hats, and it's actually more of it's their harvest tradition that they have. And so even though that plays no part at all in what's going on in the actual story, because of the characters doing what they're doing in trees, it's going to be mentioned. And then and then of course by the end of the book, the younger girl is going to go get this hat. It's not really truly explained except for the fact a concept. So that's what I wanted to do, and that's where and with the Christmas card, I said, hey, I'm gonna put it out following their Christmas tradition, and they're gonna be sharing in our Christmas tradition. So, of course, to get the Christmas card, putting it out in kind of 3 different stages. The first stage is right now is the actual physical free Christmas card. All you do is you go to the pre-launch page, you sign up, you get the email. I've already put out one newsletter. Another newsletter comes out later this evening or tomorrow, and it'll show some more about what's going on with the project. But also, there's the request for the physical address. So once you get the physical address to me, be that your address, your neighbor's address, wherever you want this card to go, and I will send you out a free card. There's no expense on your part, except for signing up. And then after that, later on, I'm going to go ahead and put out the basically the digital version and give you where you can see the art. Everyone else physically has it in their hands. Pixel Trader, matter of fact, he's got his already in the mail.
Oh, sweet.
And yeah, I want to shout out to him. Great supporter. Matter of fact, take a little moment there. Pixel Trader has always been, supportive of so many creators, and he jumped right on board and is with me, giving me a good response. He appreciated the newsletter, and so yeah, the basically the digital version, I'll call it, will come out, and it's been really fun on my part. Cards now to send out just to my regular folks, right? Mom and dad and the like. Let them see what I'm doing different. Always gets the up.
Right.
What are you doing? But it's fun because you're getting something that's shows movement already, and we don't see objects. So you get that later on. Of course, later on, the card for Christmas for everybody and everything, and of course on Twitter, Light and World, Sidecar Press Twitter channel. So go there, and I
Wow, he's really roboting hard.
Oh no.
Yeah, you really got to get
So
that fixed though, because
I have at times.
Well, yeah, but because you need to when you drop this, you needed to go and do a lot of promotion and be on a lot of channels. Of course, you know that. So
Yeah.
you really got to get that fixed, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
Well, I hope it breaches beyond the roboting.
We get the idea. Yeah.
So what happens though is after this happens, then we have the springtime, right? We have like January, February, and the ash can will hit, and the ash can, of course, will come out to everyone on the email list. You'll get the digital ash can in 6 pages of dense story to introduce you into the characters, what's going on, and it's truly, for me, it's truly exciting. I've heard some pretty good responses on it already. And then once the ash can hits, then we go into full mode for the actual comic book, for the campaign for the Book of Lay. Of course, the ash can is called Book of Elves Things, and like I said, each one of these will come out, and we'll have perks, and you can get the book, get the ash can. I really would like to get them both together, so that might be a stretch goal. On top of that, we'll have stretch goals for. I'm looking at what I could possibly do for an additional charity event
No, that'd be cool.
to do,
Yeah,
and
maybe
a stretch
military.
a stretch goal. Yeah, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
You might
And
want to talk to
well,
Mike Miller about that. He seems to understand very quite clearly how to do that. But then again, you probably do, actually.
I know how to
Yeah.
think.
I do have a question for you. If you,
Actually, I'm gonna throw next year's card in there as a stretch goal. You know.
oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
question I do have is, why did you spell it ELVS?
Thank you. That's awesome. So this world is a twisting on our world, the other worlds. It's its own world, but the reason why I spelled it because though they are elves, they're different elves, right? They're not the elves of Tolkien. They're not the elves of Indy. They're a different type of elf.
Hmm.
And when I say elf, I've even decided to spell the singular elf as elv.
I see. So you just made up a
So yeah,
word.
I made up a word, but
Cool.
you
Cool.
know what that word.
Oh, I know the
Like for
etymology of it.
instance,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So humans, humans is spelled HEUMANS. So there are still humans in this world, but they're humans. It's a little bit different.
That's cool.
There's and of course goblins are GAWBLINS. So instead of the standard goblins, they're goblins. Slightly different, but still means the same thing. And when I say that, you know what that means. When you read it, you know what that means. So there is a change on each one of these things. There's a Durao, and of course Durao is it just has an extra special thing in there, but they're known as the Drow, as we would normally say. There's the Drolls. It's kind of a hard one to use. It's DTROLS. So it's obviously a troll, but you over this, you'd actually put your tongue to your teeth and then say the D sound. Droll,
Droll.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
So
So
so in this
and
so
they
in
are
this book
droll, right? Go ahead.
so in this book is there any heroes?
Heroes?
George.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Yes.
hero, but
So
not spelled like hero.
no, yeah, yeah. They're not heroes. They're he
Well,
hero
I'm kind of thinking you're taking a play
into the
on
elf.
Piers Anthony, right? Is kind of what you're doing.
I'm not really taking a play on Piers Anthony. I'm taking a play on C.S. Lewis,
Oh,
Tolkien, a little bit of. I like to use the Dark Crystal. So about this, and we said, well, what are we going to do as far as the all audio we people? And there's a line that we won't go past as far as certain things like language and the like. There is actually a character, Evelyn. She does use a bit of foul language because something really bad happens to her. But everything in this book, in nature, including the spells that they use,
hmm,
they're either Gaelic, Welsh, or a Nordic kind of a spelling or sound.
I see.
So when she uses this bad word, it's in Welsh. So you're not going to know, you're not going to read the same standard word,
Oh,
right?
I'll know.
And you'll know. So you'll have a fun time actually reading this book because when the spell is activated, um, such as it, I don't have the script in front of me to read it off. But when you read that and it's a translation of something like a blade of blessing, it'll just have words. And Joseph even asked me. He said, what is this gibberish? And I said, it's not gibberish. If you actually plug that into a Welsh translator, you're going to get what it means. There's a few things, of course, where Welsh uses double D's, it uses weird Y's in
Hmm.
different places. So I changed it for the English speaker. So the pronunciation of reading it will make more sense.
That's cool.
So not everything is 100% translated over. It's just the basis for it. So then what we did was, once again, going on the all ages concept, what I said was, if they can do it in the Dark Crystal, then we can do it in this book.
Yeah,
Dark
sure.
Crystal, the movie or the series, evil, horrible looking things, and we have some beasts called gorgles, which I originally called goblin dogs. And so you can imagine they're a goblin dog hybrid creature. They're mean looking. They're nasty, and they got large fangs, and they'll bite you and tear into you. And our heroes. So that happens. I allow that to happen. Except there's not going to be huge blood, though there will be injury.
Do
Not
you
going to be
do you have other
graphic
imagery you can share
decapitation.
with us?
Do I have imagery? Well, if you go to the link,
I did, and I was showing it.
Oh, you are okay.
Yeah.
Other imagery. I do have other imagery. I wasn't prepared for this at the moment.
Well, I mean,
Let's
just since we're
see.
here, right? Because it looks cool.
Well, since we're
The art
here,
looks good. I like your idea of playing with language, but I always appreciate those kind of things. And of course, here's
playing
the
with it,
page
yeah.
again we were looking at, and we have our two main characters here, Aladorn and Evelyn.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're pronouncing it in that way. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's a nice looking little page we have here. But and just if you have something else to show, go ahead and share it.
I am. I'm trying to bring it up. It's slow to load. Here we go. So after I do this, let's go over to our Hangouts. Hit the clicks that give us our
I'll white box you.
and yeah. Let me make sure I'm not putting out our jump in on top of us here. Here we go.
All right.
And boom. So here we have. This is another picture of Evelyn.
Oh.
She's got this sour expression. I think because she's looking at Synthalian. But and it's funny. I want you to go ahead and look around at these characters a bit, and you'll notice there's a few key elements that I had to have in here
Mm-hmm.
for the power base because those are component level. When they cast a spell, it's not instantaneous. It's not coming out of midair. There's a component that they will use.
A material component, like a
Burn
spell
up, right?
component from like D&D and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So as we were doing this, when you're going through concept, you may not have everything completely fleshed out. So I said, all right, well, then we have to have something. And Evelyn, for instance, I said, I need a feather. We need a feather and a leaf in her hair. And you'll notice behind her right ear.
Yeah.
There's these items here. And over on her waist, there's another one. And so the artist Joseph White and we went round and round on this. He goes, "What do you mean? It's really tiny. No one's even going to notice it." I said, "Yeah, you got to put it on there. It has to be there because I'm going to be able to use it."
Cool. Yeah. No, little details are a good thing, I think, actually.
The shell that she has exactly. So in here, elves are getting more into the cosmology. Are broken up into thirds. They were created
Wow,
at the same time, and
you're
they're created
roboting
as the magical.
so hard right now, dude.
Oh wow, what are we doing? What can I do in the background over
I
here?
don't know, dude. You really got to fix that, DeWolf, man. Yeah, you got to figure out what it is going on with you. Now you live out in the countryside, I'm thinking, right?
Yeah, it works on better.
Huh. Yeah, because
Oh yeah,
I'm checking on my side and all my stuff is running at top and no one else is roboting. So it's always it's always you consistently roboting. You need to yeah, we got to figure out what that is, dude. So you can because your presentation when you go on a bigger channel, you want to throw this out and you want to be able to be smoothly present it, right? And all that roboting is just killing you.
right.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a good looking
Yeah.
project. It's certainly one of our people putting out a project, so we're going to support it as much possible. We hope you guys support it as well. And it looks good, and there's a lot of thought behind it, which is important. Story is important, obviously. But we're going to leave it at that right now, DeWolf, and hopefully we can
Sounds good. Sounds good.
And hopefully we can get your thing working better so we can have when you're more prepared too to be able to do a full dive into it. But let's take and go back over and finish up our news for today. Let me see here. So let me share again. Come over. All right, let's jump back in. But it's really cool to seeing it's coming forward. You're doing something, and that's excellent, dude. All right, so
Oh yeah, especially in this environment
yeah,
with what's coming out, and it just hurts. And we want
yeah.
good stories, we want great art, and that's what Joseph and I have been working on. And the more I see,
Okay, the roboting
wow,
again.
what should I, the
Yeah,
more I see just
yeah, we
books,
can't hear you, dude. You're roboting really bad.
yeah.
Anyway,
Still, we
it's
need to
cool.
delete you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean, it sucks, dude. We
He
got to
put
figure that
this.
out because we want to hear what you have to say.
We
But of
gotta do
course,
something about that internet. Oh my
yeah, I know,
goodness.
dude.
The
It's really
modem, the
bad.
mic, the
Yeah, it's really
device.
really bad.
Ah,
Yeah.
he left. Oh, he come
Anyway,
back.
let's move on here, and now, go ahead, Denali. You're going to read this because this just makes me laugh, dude. Go ahead.
So this is from the Hollywood Reporter. Aladdin spinoff featuring Prince Anders is in the works at
The
Disney's
token
Plus.
white guy.
Okay, now the
Yes.
token white guy is getting a spin-off that is going to piss off the SJWs to no end from a movie that didn't do very well. But I'm
No
just
one asked for this.
no one asked for this. But more importantly, Booster, what an unfortunate face to be given at birth. I
He's
mean,
got
honestly,
like. How can someone have a square jaw and a baby face at the same time? That's
and
astounding.
his eyes are squinted forward. I mean, it's like, what the hell is this? Now, explain this to me. Explain this to me, Denali. How in the world is this a real thing?
Life is stranger than truth.
Life is stranger than
basically,
fiction. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but basically he was more approachable, more likable, more what's the word?
Charismatic.
Chris, there you go, charismatic. Than the actual principal actors in the film that they
We
decide.
call that privileged.
Yeah, I guess it's privileged. Yeah, yeah. Well, that movie didn't do very well, and it didn't do well
It's funny you
here
say
either,
that
huh?
because it was Will Smith's most financially successful movie.
Well, I'm glad glad they paid him a fortune to do the movie, but that doesn't mean
No, I
nothing.
mean apparently it's the most financially successful movie he's ever been in. Apparently it did very well money wise.
Did it?
Although I've heard no one talk about it.
That's interesting because I know over here in Japan it like literally just passed by.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's another Disney movie that happened to make over $1 billion in the box office. I am calling bullshit.
Yeah, that's
These movies can't
weird.
be constantly making $1 billion movies. Like, was it Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King? Who's watching these? I haven't heard people talking about them.
Yeah, because
Some
they weren't received well by anybody. Now
there's the
Frozen has been.
shenanigans, man.
Frozen
Yeah,
has been quite loved.
I
So
could believe Frozen was successful, right? I can absolutely believe that.
yeah, but I don't
But
get
these
this at all.
remakes,
This is really bizarre, really, really bizarre. Especially because when the movie came out, the only real major complaints I was hearing from the SJWs was about him, which didn't make sense. He's like the only white dude in the damn movie. So
Yeah, and
whatever.
now they're making a now a whole TV spinoff or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah, but I haven't seen the movie, of course, but was it, from what I understood, he was kind of playing like this ultimately just incredibly annoying white guy that she's no way wanted to marry, right? That's the character he is playing, right?
I believe so.
That's what I
Yeah.
understood. Yeah, so I guess he was annoying enough to get his own spinoff. Well, good for him, dude. Good for you, Mr. Magnuson. Sweet. This is the oddest news I've seen in a long time, dude. Very bizarre. Next.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is from Somali. This is pretty cool.
hmm Punchlight creator Matt Weldons joins
my
Lady
boy.
Alchemy. Yeah, Lady Alchemy after original artist flames out.
Whew, that's a bit harsh. After original artist
Mm,
flames out. Well, we
mm.
talked to Lady Alchemy at one point. I forget where it was I was talking to her, but I did speak to her.
Ultimate
Drawn and
edition.
quartered, bro.
It was a drawn and quarter? Okay.
Yep.
And
She
seemed
told
like a
us
nice
that
lady.
weird shitting story where she stood
Oh,
up on
that's
her
right.
little stool.
That's
and
right. She did. She did. She did. But
Oh.
she seemed like a nice lady, though.
she's very cool.
Yeah, she seemed pretty.
And she's
Yeah,
so pretty.
yeah, she's all right. But I just thought
Alright,
she was
you
a nice lady,
weirdo.
though. Why am I a weirdo?
Because it's a white woman, I understand. Let's
Yeah,
continue.
that's true. That's true. The yellow fever and all. I'm happy for her because I don't know who the artist was before. I don't see if they will mention the name here, but I do know that Matt Weldon is an absolute beast. So good for you, lady.
Mhm.
They give a little letter out
That's
to
a
the
get.
artist, huh?
That's a get for an artist. But yeah, it's been taking a long time with this book.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But you guys should definitely check this out. But I just wanted to put it up. This is something Somley put up. But because Matt Weldon, he's on our Drawn and Quarter show quite a bit. He's quite a big supporter of the channel. We love his art, of course. And like I said, Lady Alchemy seemed like a nice lady, and she had a fairly popular book. So this sounds awesome, dude.
Matt Weldon has no business producing that fast, that good. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Well, when he does the draw alongs, because he draws along more than he comes on the show. But when he does the draw alongs, he
Mhm.
puts up like 3 pieces. I mean, he's like El Rodimus, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
ridiculous, man. The level of art come out of it.
Well,
But cool.
and something else about Lady Alchemy is that you didn't mention was the what would you call that, the ire that she received her previous life, right,
Yeah,
from the SJW world, and how they were trying, and so she's taken that and now made it a successful comic, and I may not be one of those that wants to completely you know
wow.
celebrate.
You can't even finish the sentence, dude.
I don't want to celebrate before, but at the same time, I'm not one to judge either. And so I think someone that gets that much problems, and now here she is being successful over here. I think that's good. I welcome that.
Yeah, well, I do remember when we were talking to her that she comes from the artistic world, which is, and I'm not talking about, I was in the artistic world too, but no, she's in that Honto theater level world, and those people are out their damn mind. But she was in that,
Hmm.
but she was a bit more conservative. And they just shunned her and, in a way, kicked her out simply because she was more conservative, and
Right.
that's really unfortunate. And of course, I'm very happy that
And
she did come over here and find find a little bit of freedom. So
and that she's not closed minded from where she came from.
no, she's not.
She's open minded, that she doesn't judge people, and she's willing to accept everyone as they are. You have to, coming from that, and yet they're uh, that problematic for her to
Mhm.
attack her the way that she did. So good on her there. Yeah,
Yeah.
wish her success.
No, absolutely. I mean, she's coming out of burlesque. She's coming out of that kind of vaudeville type of theater stuff. And like I said, I'm a musician, but I had to play in the stage bands for theater plays and things. I got work doing that as well. And trust me, those people are slap out their mind, right? When it comes to the level of
Yeah,
liberalism, right? And it's cool that she's
yeah.
actually a very open-minded person, and she's both, and that's how you should be, really, in my opinion. But then again, the problem that she ran into is kind of the problem we see across the board here. There's a big difference. People don't seem to understand the difference between the words tolerance and acceptance, right?
Uh-huh.
And she ran into that. So, but anyway, last bit today, which will get this video teared up and taken off the internet. So, I'm glad you guys all were here live because you'll never be able to see this video
Yeah.
again. But we're going to test Amazon Prime. We're going to see if they want to copyright strike us. Because you know what? We're going to watch a video.
Let's
Here we
go,
go.
buddy.
Oh. Ooh.
Did he just kill his son?
He did
Looks
something
like it.
bad, dude. But I have to tell you, I loved so many things about the boys when I watched season one. There were some things I didn't like. They didn't follow the script. This is not the actual boys from Garth Ennis that you read. It's different. They've changed it a
It's
lot.
very different
Very different.
to the comics, but you know
Yeah,
what? What we get is still very good.
it is.
It's just not very true to the source material.
That's true, and of course that irked me a little, I guess, but not so much the care. But I don't know. I'm still kind of up in the air whether I liked it or not because it's weird. The boys is a weird thing for me because I loved it, and then at the same time I didn't. I don't know if think I liked it. I don't know, dude. It's weird for me. But I know one thing: Carl Urban is badass. That I do know, right? And this dude
Mhm.
absolutely slayed that role. This guy is
It's
badass. I
ridiculous
love
how
this
good he
guy.
is as the Homelander.
Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous. Both those boys, Kiwis. Just gotta keep reminding you.
All right, fine, fine. Well, Kiwi love. So I
Hmm.
don't know what to say about the boys. I'm going to watch season two. I guess that's enough. But I don't know, it's weird. Anybody else here watch the boys?
Yep.
Just me and
Yes.
you, huh? Oh, you did. What did you think? What's your overall thinking on it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or where are you feeling?
Well, as a purist, I hated it. As a TV show aficionado, I loved it.
Yeah, maybe I'm
And
the
as
same
a
way.
regular viewer, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's you just kind of gotta take it as what it is. It's not the
Right.
comic book, but I don't know. It's so well done. You just kind of gotta respect it. But this guy,
If it didn't stay totally true to the story of the comics, I'm just happy it stayed true to the tone of the comics.
in a way,
It's near spot on. It's near spot on.
yeah, but in a way, it didn't
It's
though.
almost not harsh enough, but it's still a very harsh show
Oh well,
for
yeah,
what we
that's
got.
that's definitely true. But
Mm.
the dynamic is so drastically changed from the comic book, though, dude. It's I don't know where they're gonna go with it because the thing in the comic book is the butcher, and his team, the boys, they are basically the stop gap measure for these supers, right? But in
Yeah,
this TV show, they're not at all. They don't have the ability to
I
deal
mean,
with these things.
the point of the boys is that the seven never go too far because there's always the threat that the boys are going to come and take care of them.
That's right, and
But
they
who
don't
are the
have that
boys in
now.
the show? They don't really have that much power over them.
They have zero, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, let's watch this. Ooh, ooh, mother's milk, baby.
Oh, read it first soon.
Oh
There he
baby,
is.
oh
It's
baby.
Terra.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. Ooh, that's it. I'm not gonna mention that character because he's important. Oh, come on, I want to catch it. I want to catch it. There it is. There it is. Oh, the beautiful boy.
The date.
Dude, he had the two best scenes in the whole damn season, man.
You mean the dolphin?
And the lobster. Yeah.
It's hilarious. He is so
what?
pathetic that it's great.
Oh my
The
god.
what?
Well, in the original book, The Wolf, in the Garth Ennis book, basically the all of supers because of their superpowers, they're just way oversexed and they're just what happens when you get power. Ultimate power creates ultimate corruption is the concept by
They're
Garth
Olympic
Ennis.
athletes.
Well, they're beyond that, there's an opening scene where the girl is offered to join the seven, but basically she has to give fellatio to all the men if she wants to join, and she made that decision. But in the instead of having all of them in the TV show, it was just him. And he kind of saw that she liked him. She was kind of a fan, so he took advantage of the situation to get some fellatio. And of course they played it out as Me Too. It's all that Me Too crap got all dumped on him. But in the show, that he's an environmentalist. He tries to save a
Mhm.
dolphin.
His
It turns
image.
out
Yeah.
badly. He tries to save a lobster. It turns out badly. It's funny. It's funny. Yeah.
It's great fun.
Yeah. Anyway.
All the bad stuff happens in the show because of that.
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
Uh
okay.
oh.
All that about a lobster.
Oh. Ooh, I like him. Ooh.
There's blood. There's splatter.
Oh no! What disrespecting Washington? Hold on a second. All right.
Oh, episode in the water. It could still be useful after all.
Yeah, that's another thing I didn't really like about it. Another thing that really put me off is her. She's supposed to be playing what? The woman, I think it's the name of the
The
character.
female.
The female? No,
Female.
is it the female?
It's the
Yes.
female.
Is
Yes.
Female.
that her name? But
Yes.
she's way too old, dude. She's way too old. This girl is 30 something, almost 40. I know it's a little bit hard for you guys to judge Asian age, but trust me.
Hmm. She
And
looks
the
12 to me, so it works.
well, the female should be really young, and well, she Jesus, but it changes the dynamic of the character so much when you make her old. It's a completely different character, right? I don't know why they made that decision. They could have easily used the kid for this, and it would have been cool. I don't know, whatever, because there's never any kind of sexual connotation around this character in the story at all. So the age doesn't matter as far as that's concerned. But maybe they didn't want to have a young girl running around ripping people's faces off. I don't know.
Well, remember,
There's that, yeah.
it's not comic book accurate, so they might have Frenchie in the female as an item. Because,
Yeah, well, that would be weird
Mm,
because Frenchie takes on a
that would be.
fatherly figure for her, not
Yeah.
not
if she was younger, but she's not younger.
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yep.
a lot of people flipping people off. Billy Butcher, baby. Yeah.
Perfect ending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Like I said, we'll see if Amazon decides to copyright strike us, as everyone else seems to. But I'm looking forward to it. It's a weird. I'm in a weird place with the boys, but I'm definitely gonna watch that thing, man. Let me come over here and check the. Let me get rid of this real quick. Yes, yes, yes. Let me check the chat. I haven't going over there in a while. Let me see here. A lot of comments over here. Damn, I gotta fix this.
Oh,
Let
man.
me see here. I am the mouse coming back. Hello, Nick C. Let's see. Getting used to that being more and more after January because content ID system that blocks is 100% way to block USA and place with stupid bad laws. Well, I don't use a VPN when I run this show. I'm kind of wondering if maybe I should. Disney buying more shills. Yeah, well, that's probably what's going on, guys. Um, Booster isn't wrong. Well, he's always right. Booster is always right. That's kind of a standard rule we have to go with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I throw a
Yeah.
big tantrum. Yeah,
Exactly.
no one needs that. Yeah.
Anonymous Flash says, in my area, Force Awakens was sold out for the week. Episode 9 has open seats opening day. All right, there you go. He's also did that crazy yellow scientist in Green Lantern. Yeah, no, we caught up on that. He was the giant head. You're right. Nixie says AT&T needs more hits like Joker and less potential bombs like Birds of Prey and Wonder Woman 2. Birds of Prey looks pretty horrible. I don't know about Wonder Woman 2 yet. I'm kind of hoping they don't screw that up. The first movie was
I'm sure
watchable.
Wonder Woman 2 would be good. We just recently had a teaser trailer with that as well because they've been teasing that for months.
They have been. It's a big
Yeah.
thing for them. They want to make some money.
Right. I think it's a continuity issue. Like they're deciding who's in and who's out of the extended universe. I think, and they're trying to use this Wonder Woman movie to reboot the universe. It's going to be really ridiculous.
Maybe. Now I haven't seen the Joker, but for me, Wonder Woman is probably the second best thing they've done so far. I mean, because I love Man of Steel. I know that's a very controversial thing to say, but I liked it. There was many things I didn't like too, but there was a lot of things in Wonder Woman that just weren't good. So I would definitely put that above Wonder Woman. But it was watchable though. It was certainly watchable. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Eric says, "Is a cop shop like a donut shop? It's exactly the same." Nick C says, "Chester isn't wrong. How easy would it be to make a Batman detective movie? Didn't anyone at Warner Brothers DC ever watch early Batman, the original series episodes? Exactly, dude. Just the one night in Gotham, man." Uncanny Kodiak says, "Because this is the age of being slaughtered for any mistake." That's true. People complain way too much.
He's referring to when we were saying, why does no one take responsibility?
Yeah, no, I know. I understand that.
Mhm.
You say anything, everyone jumps up and just goes down your throat on it. Yeah, I get it. Me,
Well, you got
Grim.
to take it if you mess up. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Me, Greenlight King 83 says people don't take responsibility for their actions anymore because they have been taught that nothing is their fault. It's always something or someone else to blame. Well, I think it comes from what we've mentioned before, and I know you guys agree. You can't go and tell a bunch of kids that they're special and they don't have to do anything to deserve it because the simple fact of the matter is you're not special. You're not. You have to work really, really hard to be special, and that's something that you should attain. You should try to attain. It's something it should be an aspiration for you. Kronos says that's laziness, play on, and simple. It's the truth. Laziness. I don't get that. Eric says I get my strength from spinach. Rock on, Popeye. Kronos says, I argue that they are, of course, wrong. That's showing you are not perfect. It shows you have some possibility of honesty and integrity, and that is strength. Okay. And the December 15th, when Trump gives us tech tariffs, you're going to politic it. Well, dude, you got to work on your spelling, Kronos. Robot. Now they're picking on poor DeWolf. Oh, no.
I know.
You got to fix that, dude. Sharon says, hey, all blessing to all. Well, blessings to you, Sharon. Let's see here. Great looking heroes, less resolution, lower bit rate. Yeah, they're just giving you options that you could try to help with your roboting there. hmm Put Baby Yoda ears on the pic now. Okay. Hollywood accounting. They lie all the time. Yeah, they do. Sharon says, Baby Yoda saved the youth of the world. Believe love brings the world together. Okay. I haven't seen Baby Yoda because I haven't seen The Mandalorian. Let's see. They won't strike. They will claim, and nothing happens. Oh, I know we won't be we won't be get an actual community strike, but they'll claim the video and they will shut it down. That's what they do, which is weird because I see plenty of other channels playing trailers, but we can't for some reason. Don't know what it is.
Watermarking.
hmm I see plenty of people who don't
They
watermark
put it
it.
out. They put it out for public consumption to
hmm
get interest, and then when there's interest, they say no.
hmm
What?
Yeah, that's weird. Eric Hawkins says, "What is FabSpeak? Is that the new name of the Saturday Night Show?" Lol. Well, I'm going to show you
It's
what
the new name.
FabSpeak
Yeah.
is. I'm going to let it out for you right here now. It's a new thing. It's a new direction we're taking. Booster,
Yep.
go ahead.
Why am I telling you what
You're
FabSpeak
supposed to
is?
be saying it's fabulous. Come on now, keep up.
Oh, right. Or let me look at. Let me do my vocal
That doesn't
exercises.
work. That's not good. That's hard.
And it's fabulous.
That's
Like
why.
that.
There you go.
Here we are.
Took a while to get there. I do
Yeah.
apologize. He's not
Yeah.
he's not good at keeping up the
Yeah, the
speed.
timing's off right now.
Yeah, a little
That's
bit.
FabSpeak.
It's FabSpeak, baby. Discussing
Oh
all
my
things
God.
fabulous.
The world I live in. But nevertheless, guys, thank you very much. We've had a lot of fun on here today. We really hope DeWolf can fix his situation because we want to hear what he has to say, not every other third word. So please, sir, fix that if you can.
Occasionally, all men have that problem.
Yeah, occasionally. But anyway, let's come over here and let everybody have an opportunity to give their final words. So, George, go ahead and say what you want to say, dude.
Have a great day.
Thank you, George. DeWolf?
Hey, just keep track on what I'm doing because it's really fun, and we have it's a long-term goal kind of a thing, and I think we're all going to enjoy it. Just
Sweet.
keep your head up. Keep your head up. Maintain positive stuff amongst everything.
Awesome. Booster?
Final word or something.
God, you suck, man. All right, okay, guys, thank you very much. Definitely come back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will be doing tinfoil talk, and we'll be talking about anti-vaxxers, which is a pretty interesting topic, actually. And I guarantee you we'll have people come on and yell at us,
Oh yeah,
which is always
that's the
great.
plan. Is to bait.
They
It's
will
always the
point
plan
their
to bait them.
fingers. Oh, yeah,
I'm
no.
trying to re-get that success we have with the flat Earth shit.
Oh, man, they were so mad. They were so
Oh yeah,
mad.
so mad. How
Right?
could you possibly be? Are you stupid?
Yeah, and I love how we get people come on and say and that you were 2.5% off the accuracy of that mathematical statement. It's like, yeah,
Mhm.
okay, rock on. But we'll look forward to tomorrow getting lots of hate mail. It'll be awesome. We love it. But other than that, guys, thank you very much. And Dinale, take us out of here.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us for FanSpeak today. Join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern for tinfoil talk. But as always, your perception shapes your reality. So always make it a good one.
Namaste.
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 Continue type.
Later, everybody.
Aloha.